When they know my name is on something, they know they're coming out and it's going to be truly something going on with it.
And I think they're losing a lot of jobs.
Honest Scots and Joes that are coming to come door knocking on your door because your true self comes out. My sister owns a restaurant
work
with a name like Ali. It does come up.
You were born in Iran.
Being Persian, definitely, I won't say it's a negative.
If you're not patient, you're gonna lose your temper.
No. When you start saying stuff you really shouldn't have said.
Ali, you are top producer in your company and probably among top 5% of all salespeople in our industry. Why would I want to do business with you?
Well, most people choose me. I work off referrals a lot, and people talk about their good experience that they had with me. I truly fight for my customers. Most people say we're in customer relations, we do customer service the best and this and that, but I go above and beyond that. I'm available to my customers at all times. I see things through their eyes. So if I'm representing you and I'm up there taking care of you, even with my own company, I make sure I have your best interest at heart. So you can always count on me being there for you, and I represent you and make sure you get the best product and make sure you're happy in the end. That way I get the next customer from you, and you can always be happy with our company and with me.
So you're gonna sell about how much this year?
3 million.
3 million. What did you do last year?
2.5.
2.5. That's impressive number. So what is it per month? 250, 300K, 350?
Just about. It keeps me busy. It definitely keeps me busy.
And you do 100% door knocking, referrals, just insurance claims?
When I first started in the business, it was find customers anywhere I can, through my own friends and family, through door knocking, through whatever I could to get my stream running, as they say. But after the first couple of years, my referral stream just kept going. I still get phone calls from customers I sold 5-6 years ago telling me they were at a party, someone heard something about a roof.
Why do you think they're all calling you? Because here's the thing, and I said it many times, in our business there's so many companies that people don't remember of. Like I ask people, who did your roof 5 years ago? And people like, I don't know, some company. And I tell people all the time, if I did your roof 5 years ago, you will remember me and my story. Why do they remember you?
I make it personable. A lot of my customers have became my friends too. A lot of my customers through social media and stuff like that, they're still
So it's not about roofing quality?
No, when I say I take care of the customer, I make sure I take care of them. They truly get the full experience of me. Be honest, be yourself. If they like you, they'll do business with you. And most of my customers end up liking me, so they continue that relationship with me. They continue wanting to help me. They continue wanting to see where my life is leading. Some even call me up once in a while when they see when we had a billboard about a year ago up. They remember me from a long time. They're like, oh, I just saw your billboard. Just wanted to give you a call and see how you're doing. Looks like you guys are doing great. I was like, oh, thank you so much. Appreciate you calling. We're doing good. You know.
So what do you say your secret is? Secret sauce of selling $3 million? Just
I say I don't overstep my bounds. If I don't know something, I'm honest about it. I don't know it. I'm there to represent you for what I know. But my team
So you're trying not to be
it.
an expert?
No, I'm not an expert in everything, by the least. But I do have a great team. When it comes to the production side and everything else, I do have a great background behind me. So my team will take care of it. If there's something I don't know, I guarantee we have better people that know it, and I will let them know about that. I won't act like I know everything. That's important to me because your true self comes out. If I was going to sit there and spill and be like, no, this is done this way and this and that, people will read right through you. I don't do that, but what I am good at, they can see it clearly and they know I'm more confident about it and I come clearly across it with it. And also everyone else that in this industry that I deal with, when they give them a call and they're like, I've got Ali representing me, because I was good to them as well and an honest person, they're like, oh, you're in good hands. They're like, definitely we'll come out and meet him.
I heard that a lot of your jobs are coming from insurance adjusters.
Correct.
So they're giving you jobs, you become friends with them.
Absolutely.
How do you establish a relationship with adjusters?
The same ways I do with customers. I see things through their eyes. They're seeing all these contractors all day. They're seeing people pushing to get something approved when they know in their heart it's not something that's going to get approved. It's not real. I don't file something just for the sake of filing it and wasting everybody's time. When they know my name is on something, they know they're coming out and it's going to be truly something going on with it. When I get on the roof with them, there's not an argument going on. It's more about what's actually there. We talk about that and why I think we need a full roof replacement or why I think it should be a repair. And I told them the truth about it, and there's never an argument. So when we go through that process, over the years of dealing with the same adjuster, they even tell the homeowners, they're like, no, you're dealing with one of the best. He's like, if Ali says there's hail out there, I believe him, I'm coming. It's because I never lied to them. I kept that stream going straight so they know who they're getting and what they're getting. Now, if I was telling them one time there's hail, one time there isn't, and I start losing that trust, then I'd have to do the argument. But
how many adjusters you have in your network now who are feeding you jobs?
Probably from each insurance company. I've got about 2 or 3 from each insurance company. Of course, some more than others. But it's not just adjusters, it's also independents. Independents go from one insurance company to the next. So you end up seeing the same independent adjuster working 2 different insurance companies, and it works both ways for me.
You were born in Iran?
I was.
You're Iranian. Tell me about Iranians' work ethics. What do I need to know about Iranians?
That I got from my dad. My dad's work ethic, family, and everything meant everything, and he installed that into all of us. Yeah, trust me, it was installed. My little brother's a doctor. My sister owns a restaurant.
Work?
Oh, he used to drill us. He was in the military, but he's a karate instructor. He's a full contact Shotokan school. He actually owns it around the corner. So when I say installed, I mean installed. He was put it into us. You get down and give me some push.
And you cannot uninstall it.
There is no arguing with my dad. There is never going back and forth, but he would always let us know what life should be about, what family's about, and what to enjoy and how to get to where we want to go.
How to enjoy it.
Oh, he told us everything. If I want to smile, he told me this is the time to smile. Like, yes, Dad. Like, you need to be sit up politely. Yes, Dad. But I owe everything to him, to be honest with you.
How many hours do you work per week, per day? Like, what's your average routine?
I treat it as a normal job, 9 to 5. And then after 5, I go home, I change, I go to the gym. That's when my phone calls start coming in. A lot of homeowners work during the day, same as we do. So when they have time to call you to ask you questions about their roof or ask you questions or referrals coming in, it's usually after 5 o'clock. So between 5 to 7, I'm at the gym with my headphones on and I'm answering phone calls left and right. And that's another extra 2 hours right there I put in. But it's an easier 2 hours to be able to talk that way.
Sure, and it's pretty much just a business at that point.
Absolutely.
So it sounds like 24/7 job.
It doesn't feel like a job sometimes. Like I said, when you make friends with some of your clients, they're calling you, they understand what time they're calling. I mean, I answer my phone sometimes late night, sometimes on the weekends, but they understand what time they say. And you answer the phone, it's okay, what's going on, I'm here to help you out. It's not a problem because after all, I work for referrals, so you should be available.
Love it. You mentioned the gym. How important the gym and why it's important? I see a lot of guys out there, like, they actually quit going to the gym. They work too much. They don't have time for it. How would you motivate someone to go to the gym?
Gym is about your personal growth. It's about your confidence. I am very confident with my customers and with adjusters. Gym gives that to me. The more I'm happy with myself when I look in the mirror and I'm confident with myself, the more that shines through. That is important to me. The way you come across to people, the way they see you, all that I get through the gym. That also, everything to me is about going to the gym, feeling good, eating healthy, doing the things right in life. And one of my things, I think, doing things right in life is personal health. And to me, that's the gym.
Absolutely. I personally met so many guys out there who quit the gyms, don't like how they look, and then before you know it, they get depressed, they lose motivation, and then they give you a call like, oh, Dmitry, I don't know, this business is crazy, and I'm going through this, and I'm going through that. I'm like, well, you give up on yourself first.
Correct.
Now life gives up on you.
I mean, your energy level also, I'm almost 45 years old. If I stopped going to the gym, I'd be a couch potato, my energy level will go down. Safety reasons alone, climbing roofs, what we do, I get on some serious roofs where adjusters will tell you, if Ali's out there, I'll go up there first and throw the rope down to pull them up. If I can't do that, that's another way I make adjusters my friends, because they know if I'm there, I'm their safety net. They know they can climb something that looks crazy and scary to them, but if I'm there with them, they feel a lot more confident. They're like, okay, I can do this. Ali's out here with me, we're a team. I'm gonna get up there and help you make sure we're both safe, we both get down. But if I was not in shape, I wouldn't be able to do that.
This is crazy you just said it, because this morning I did a Facebook Live from hotel gym. And every morning I go Facebook Live to my community. And I said, guys, you have to go to the gym, and here's 3 reasons why. I said safety, and I went on a rant about it.
Absolutely.
Then I said it's going to give you energy, and it's going to give you confidence. And you just mentioned all 3 things.
Absolutely. I mean, that is the exact reason why. I mean, just moving around on the roof, you can feel your own weight around.
Exactly.
Getting
balance,
up in the
core.
Absolutely. But I mean, there are some roofs adjusters will look at me and be like, "Here's the camera. Get up there. You take the picture and you show it to me," because they just can't get up there. And I've had Adam, that's a owner of our company, come to a roof with me where 3 adjusters couldn't get on it. That finally, the desk adjuster said, "If you get up and take a picture," and I even needed help. I was like, "Adam, I need you to come with me. You're going to hold the rope. We're going to get up on this thing somehow."
I'm Russian, you're Iranian. Tell me about, not the lifestyle, but tell me about being Iranian in sales.
It does, with a name like Ali, it does come up. People do ask about your background, and you do wonder what they're thinking when they do ask that question of like, where you from? And they're looking at you. After all, we live in the South. But I never let that bother me. I let my quality of work shine through all that, and that's never slowed me down. It's never done anything, but I don't
Makes you
discourage
different.
anyone. Absolutely.
I think it's icebreaker.
Absolutely. And they'll ask questions, they'll start talking about it. A lot of my older clients still remember the 1979 revolution with Iran. They'll ask questions about that. They'll ask when I came here. They get to know me a little bit more than just my company. They get to know me. They'll start asking questions with me. That's another icebreaker, just like you said, that makes us closer, makes us more of a friend coming out to look at your roof than it does a salesman.
Would you say it's also a contributing factor to remember you 5 years later? Remember that Ali guy?
Absolutely.
Iranian?
Absolutely. I mean, something pops up on the news about that. They remember me, they're like, "Oh, I know an Iranian, it's Ali." Or they go to the Persian restaurants in this town. They'll remember me and they ask me, "Hey, where's a good place to go eat?" or something like that, and I tell them. Being Persian, definitely, I won't say it's a negative. For me, it's a positive.
Absolutely love it. Give one advice to immigrants out there who may be shy of their names or inheritance. I know a lot of people, they feel like when they're different, they feel shy of it. Like I always tell people, embrace it. Like being different is okay.
It's a good thing.
It's a good thing.
If you ask me, it's a good thing. It separates me from everybody else. Excuse me for saying it, there's a bunch of Johns and Scotts and Joes that are come door knocking on your door or trying to sell you. In our industry, when you even tell adjusters or homeowners, you don't have to say my last name. You say Ali. That's all you have to say. They know who that is. All they're just like, Ali, like, I know who that is. They don't have to say the company name. Just the word Ali. They're like, okay, Ali's coming out. I got you.
I think I have the same thing going for me, Dmitry.
Dimitri's a specific.
Yeah, people just know
know.
Dmitry Roofing, like boom.
No need for last name. No have Dimitri. That's all you need.
Love it. Does your contract has cancellations?
Yes, it does have cancellations.
How much?
For our contract cancellations?
Yeah.
You can, on the back of the contract, it says within a 24-hour period, you can cancel the contract with us.
But what's the dollar amount?
If you go with a different roofing company or something like that, we have a fine for that. Yeah, it's a $2,500 or 10% of the total. But I don't really get people canceling with me.
You've never had it, or you have?
I've had it once or twice with me where someone has canceled with me.
How did that go?
It was before the process started. It was before we went through the process of getting something approved to them or getting them the funds. So that didn't sting as bad. If I would have taken the time of going through the process, going through all the legwork, getting someone the funds, and then they go through the cancellation, that stings. But I would rather have, out of 10 people, if they're not going to go with me, tell me right away. Let me go to the next customer.
How do you deal with the customers like that who you feel like taking advantage of you or trying to pocket insurance money?
I don't think they're taking advantage. If they would have taken the funds or something like that, I do remind them that I'm the one who got the funds for them. I do remind them that I did the legwork and hard work for them.
How do you do that? What do you say? So if they call you, say, well, how do you deal with, give me estimate? You know, like homeowners will call you, you start the claim, and they're like, hey, we got the money, and now...
Setting expectations. Setting expectations from the beginning. Before I even meet the adjuster out there, I set all my expectations correctly with the customers before that process comes up to. I let them know the estimate will be set with your insurance adjuster on the day of the adjustment. So that estimate, there is no up, there is no going down. That will be set, and that's where we're going to follow right there. if they call me afterward and told me they want estimate now, I remind them of that conversation I had before we went through this whole process, and I still ask them politely if I can come over and sit down and talk to them and see if we can work something out and explain.
I have a lot of guys asking us, how would you answer this question when insurance claims gets approved or homeowner calls contractor and saying, hey, I have insurance claim here, can you give me estimate? Do you provide estimate, or how do you answer that?
If it's not us who got the funds for you, we do provide the estimate sometimes.
So you just write an estimate?
Correct. And I'll let the guys know, hey, I've got someone, which we didn't do the legwork. We didn't go through all that. And it's only fair if you want an estimate, we'll go through it. But the program that we use is called Xactimate, which is the same program that they use with EagleView with the square footage. So kind of comes up almost the same. Now it's going to be the question of your deductible is what all the talk comes into mostly.
See, a lot of guys, they don't have Xactimates, they don't know how to write an estimate, and I think they're losing a lot of jobs because now they don't want to do that. They only want to work with the insurance estimate that someone else wrote, and if homeowner asks them, they're walking away with from the jobs.
I mean, we even have, it's not just homeowners asking for estimates. We just did one last week. We sold a commercial complex. The adjuster I knew, he was coming from Florida because the lady here that was in charge was sick. So he didn't have time to write up a 6-unit commercial property and go through it. But because of the relationship, he was like, I'll tell you what, if you write it up, I'll send the check out, fully funded. I'm not going to hold the depreciation back or anything. I'll send the whole thing out. But you write it up through Xactimate and EagleView. I was like, okay. So we wrote it up, and all he did was send the check out because we used the same program. It was $167,000 is what it came out to. Not one of our major ones, but still a quick 2-hour. We met out there. He didn't even get on the roof. He was like, okay, you say it's here? I'm like, yes. I said, okay. Showed him benchmark hail reports, showed him evidence of it did come down over here. He looked at a couple of collateral damages. He didn't have time to go through an entire day of looking at everything. And he just turned around and goes, I'll make a deal with you. You use Xactimate? Yes. You use Hover or EagleView? Okay. You do it fair? We do it together. I'll write it up, send it over. I'll send the check out. I won't even hold back depreciation. I'll release the whole thing to you. Fair? I was like, fair to me? I'm not going to argue that.
Love adjusters like that. This is how you build relationship with adjuster.
Absolutely.
What's the hardest thing in sales?
The hardest thing in sales, I would say, is, for me, it's patience. Not everyone's the same. I have to be patient with a lot of my customers. Some customers are slower than others. Some are fast-paced, quicker, don't want any explanation. All that comes to you being patient with them. You got to be able to learn how to read your customer. If you're good at reading people and reading the customers, you can adapt. You can change to whatever the customer needs at that moment. That is what I would say. I have customers who are very busy. Don't have time for this. Just, where do you want me to sign? Build it here. I'll send you whatever you need. Then I have customers who need a little more. They need to sit down, they need to talk about it. You might not grab the check that day. You have to come back again, explain things all over again. Be patient. Eventually you will close it, but you got to adapt to what that customer needs and at that time.
So true. If you're not patient, you're going to lose your temper maybe.
Correct, and they'll see it through
maybe
you.
Start having attitude.
Well, you start saying stuff you really shouldn't have said because you could have still had that sale. He just needed some more things and wanted to sleep on it, right? But you said something about, oh, if you go with another contractor or something like that, I'm going to do this and do that too. No, just be patient. What information do you need? Okay, here you go. But then you have others who are just like, I don't understand this estimate. It's line items all over the place. Here's the check. Can you just tell me what shingle I'm getting? Wow. You adapt to that one.
How do you deal with a bad adjuster?
Bad adjusters, I deal with them. You can't always put your head down. You got to let them know you know what you're talking about as well. So I'll give you an example, ladder assist that come out for an adjuster. An adjuster would be on the ground, the ladder assist would be getting on the roof. But I know the adjuster, I don't know this ladder assist. Now, I know that adjuster agrees with me that what the hell is over here and what that insurance company will approve or they won't. But this ladder assist is saying, nope, this is not it, I don't agree with this. I just calmly look at him, quietly, and I start taking over. Same way as you take over a customer, I take over the ladder assist. I start marking it what I think, start taking pictures of what I think, and I know how to do an adjustment correctly. And I come back down and I go straight to the adjuster. I'm like, this is what I found. He disagrees with me. I was like, you tell me which one of us is right. So you got to take control. You can't
that guy
always
at the top probably going to be pissed.
He'll be pissed, but one time he sees that adjuster down below agreed with me, Next time I see him, he knows I'm not one to push over. He just quickly goes ahead and agrees with me, saves himself some time, because that lateral assist has got to go another place afterwards as well. You want to waste time? We can play this game. I understand you're getting paid for the trip charge out here, but I'm not. And I'm going to show you what I think and what you think. The Texas hail is something else. Georgia hail is something else. You could be coming from anywhere, but I'm telling you, in this market, this is what works, and this is what I agree with, and I'm going to show you an adjuster. That lateral assist, next time I see him, he doesn't give me pushback.
What about,
But politely do it. Never yell at them or cuss at them.
But we have adjusters who just like denies the obvious. How do you deal with those? Or just they're not buying anything.
I let them know. I have adjusters like that. I let them know, we can do this. You can say whatever you want. We can drag this out, but I will not be giving up on this. I'm not giving up on my customer, and I'm not giving up on this. So you could be saying whatever you want to say. Well, I'm going to send this back in. I'm going to talk to your manager, and I'm going to send this back in. Be upfront with them. Don't be shy. Let them know right up the bat.
How do they usually react?
They tell me it's your choice. You want to send it back in, go right ahead. You want to call the manager, and then.
How often does it happen?
Not that often. Not as often as you think. But the best time to do it is not away from the customer. Policyholder holds all power because they need their customer relations to be good. Do it in front of the customer. Say it in front of the customer so the customer sees you're representing them, and he can't really come back with anything else. He's got to sit there and listen to you, and he understands I'm saying it in front of the customer. You want your customer relationship to be good, I'm telling you you're wrong, and I'm going to send it back in. That works out a lot better to do it. Don't just do it on the side somewhere and lose your temper. Be calm. There's a point where he's got to come back and talk to the homeowner about why he's not approving something. That's the time you step in.
Do you ever film adjusters?
No, they don't like that. No, not
Too
at all.
intimidating?
Too intimidating. They don't like that, and I know that. But I will take pictures left and right, all of it. I'm like, oh, you're saying that's not wind damage? Okay, I take a picture of it. They get the idea of what I'm doing.
In this business, people like you have huge leverage over business owners. You have options. You're hot piece. Everybody wants you. I know you probably have tons of offers. Do you feel like you have leverage over a business owner? And tell me about your relationship
I'm in
with
a
owners.
different situation than most people are. I do get offers all the time. Of course, in this industry, you will. But my situation is different. My owners are also my partner. They're my friends. I actually, my little brother's best friend is the owner. He was his best man at his wedding. So for me, it's the option of being comfortable, being able to say what I want to say, working in an environment that I'm used to, and working with people that I know do the right thing, and I know they're going somewhere. And they truly do treat me like family. So I could get offered money everywhere, but that comfortability, that I can't get anywhere
So you go
else.
with comfort. Give one advice to business owners how to deal with the sales reps.
Mine is how to deal with sales reps is every sales rep is different. Everyone needs different things. Mine is take time, go out with them, see how they perform, see what's going on with them. Each one will be different. Don't just drill what you think they need to do. You never know if their process, maybe they can teach you something that they're doing you can pick up on. Mine is don't just always sit in the office. Take time, go out with them once in a while, see what's going on. Things change in this industry all the time. Always be on your toes, and the best way to learn anything is actually being out there. It's not being in the office. My owners do that. They actually come out with me every once in a while. They actually, when I have something very big or a big project, they don't leave me out there. I'll meet the engineer, the adjuster, and you know how they bring their managers and everything else like that for a $400,000 or $500,000 project. I'm not out there by myself. My owners will come out there and they'll support me, and that's important. I think owners should always support and always be learning. Same as salesmen, always learn. There is never time you can't learn.
Give one advice to the homeowner who just have maybe hail damage, wind event. You just have a storm last night.
I would say getting estimates is great, but cheaper's never better.
Cheaper's
never better. Number one thing is when we get on roofs and I see how deteriorated it is, what's going on with it, how they did it. You always know when someone went with the lowest estimate. It's like, wow, okay, I can see where they cut corners all over this thing. The lowest estimate is never usually better. You can tell workmanship, you can tell what went into it. And my main thing is telling people is don't always rely on lowest estimate, try to think, why is it that low? What are you exactly doing?
What are their standards?
Correct. Yeah. So my biggest thing is don't ever think just because someone else says, oh, I can do it for this. That doesn't necessarily mean it's the right way or the better.
Give one advice to sales reps out there, like someone maybe new in sales, getting started in the roofing.
In sales, you're your own boss. You set your own times, you set your own everything. If you're in, be committed. It means 9 to 5, work as hard as you can. Don't give up. Everything, I think, comes out of what you put into it. Don't expect to get everything and when you're not putting anything into it and you're looking at someone else telling the owner of your company, why can't I get paid like that or get leads like that? Well, what are you putting in that shows and that you should be deserving of that? I think that's the main thing I'm telling the salespeople. You don't have to say anything. Your actions speak louder than words. You just keep putting it in and it will come around. My first 2 years, I was nowhere near this, but I never gave up. I kept going, I kept going, I kept going. And now, my phone just rings. I wake up in the mornings, first thing I do is check all my voicemails and text messages to see how many referrals and leads I have time to go to for the day. And that will come, but that comes from hard work, not from just sitting around.
Absolutely love it. Guys, I know you enjoyed it. I know I did. Ali, thank you so much.
Thank you,
if you guys like this video, give it a like, comment something nice, compliment Ali, thank him for his time, sharing his knowledge, man. You're awesome.
Thank you so much, Dimitri.